Hi everybody, the Joyful Yogini here. For this week's weekly reading, I'm not pulling cards. I am just channeling a message that wanted to come through. I've already gotten some pieces of it, and it is stemming from some personal insights that I had. I had the absolute pleasure, and I'm in so much gratitude for the courses that I just went through. Quantum Touch Level 1 and 2, and um, it's really created an incredible healing process within me and has provided me the ability, has opened up my channel so I can be that channel of healing even more than I've ever been for others. So pretty cool. So yeah, I've been having these um, emotions come up and needing to work through them. I had a big core one that was really coming up loud and clear yesterday. And it brought up a lot of emotion and I would say discomfort. Um, I could describe it as a longing, an inner longing that wasn't being satisfied, with so much sadness wrapped around it. And I took myself back to being a baby, and I needed to go through a healing process of healing myself as that very young child or a young baby. And then went up through my timeline. I need to go in specific areas and spend more time to go through layers at some different ages. But I did a timeline sweep of clearing related specifically to this root issue. And so the message that wanted to come through is within relationships, the giving and receiving. And it's really important. Like, we're in a time now where you can no longer deplete yourself for others. You need, as people would call it, and it would call it maybe selfishness, but it is not that. It has the opposite meaning to what let's say society has impacted that word, has created the vibration of that word around selfishness. But it is making choices that are for your highest and greatest alignment, what feels so right within your heart. Now, sometimes we can make choices, though, from a place of fear, anxiety, guilt. And choices should never be made from that place. You should not be making a choice for fear of angering or creating sadness within another. You should not be making a choice coming from a place of guilt and needing to fulfill someone else. You should always be coming from a place of authenticity. Being an empath, if someone were to make a choice of, okay, I feel so bad, I should do this for her to make her happy, let's say, I would feel that inauthenticity. So the act of giving in that case does not necessarily, it's not coming from a place of love. So the impact does not come from love. But so it's a fine balance between really, let's say, tuning in to what feels right for you and being using discernment. Where is this coming from? Where is this desire coming from? Is it coming from a place of fear, of guilt, of sadness, of anxiety? Or is it coming from a place of knowing, no, this is what I want. This is what I need. Now, sometimes you might need something because you are in a place of anxiety and or fear or guilt, and it's really the only place where you can go at this time, which is totally fine. You need to get what you need at this time from whatever place you're in. But using your discernment and acknowledging where this is coming from gives you an opportunity to go deeper into that space and be able to clear what is causing, let's say, the anxiety or the stress. You know, sometimes anxiety or stress or anger or fear or guilt, whatever it is, can be stemming from not believing that you are a creator and that everything is going to work out for you, that everything is always in an alignment and you can handle whatever life is going to throw you. That trusting that you will be creating an outcome that's for your highest and greatest good because you are an amazing creator, uh, will create that ease and flow so you can make decisions that might be different from what you're making now. They could be, or maybe you just have so much more clarity and then you can release the stress and release the anxiety. Because when you're even speaking with a partner or anyone within any type of relationship, when it's coming from a place of authenticity, not coming from a place of anxiety or fear, when you're making a decision coming from a place of anxiety or fear, it's just like it doesn't it won't feel good for anyone. You know, it's basically you need to work on you. Each of us as individuals, we need to work on ourselves. Like, where is that root coming from, that root discomfort coming from? And that's what I was going through yesterday. There was choices that someone else was making that created this sadness and this inner longing and not feeling loved. It's you know, we all have our own unique combination of love language vibration that we're looking for. And for me is I'm definitely a scattering of all of them, but I keep going back to that root of quality time spent and someone wanting to spend that time with me. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there was a hurt, there's a pain, there's trauma associated with the deep, deep, unsatisfied longing. So that's what I was working to heal, which I said I still have some layers of healing to go. But it is also still important for me to have that fulfillment. And the fulfillment, it's the unfolding, the discovering of how I can get that fulfillment in any number of ways. And not one person should be the one that fuels that, because I can also feel wanted and um, people to be, let's say, in gratitude for my friendship or love or healing, whatever it is, in many different ways. So I'm just integrating this at the same time, right? So the message is to tune in to what you are desiring and use the discernment as to where this is coming from, what emotions are within it. And if you are within a place of strength and you're in a place of knowing, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what will make me happy, and having that contentment within that, that's beautiful. That is where we can strive, we can aim to always be making decisions from, but we're not always going to be there. So it's noticing those other emotions that might be wrapped up within it and being open to getting to the root of why that is there. And you could, if you wanted to, have a goal to be in a place of trusting that everything's going to always work out. And you can look at evidence of how everything always works out. But sometimes that fear can be from previous traumas of being chastised, of not being good enough and fucking up over this or that. And the fear of that judgment, the fear of that failure can create that ball of stress, of anxiety, kind of wrapping up in a tight ball in our bellies, you know? And I'm just saying it doesn't have to be there. You can release that. You can send love. If you want to come for a session with me, I can help you to release it. But you can send love and lightness and sweep out the old patterns from trauma and be able to remember who you are and that you are a creator and you can create a beautiful outcome, but you can't hold tight to what that outcome should be. It's not about, it needs to look like this. No, sometimes we'll go through some uncomfortable obstacles here and there, but they need to happen in a certain way. Sometimes it's to clear more shit out, and sometimes it's to have that that someone's swimming. It's so nice hearing that in the water. I love that. Yeah, sometimes the obstacles need to happen also, just because if it happens this way, this way, this way, then the outcome will end up being for your highest and greatest alignment. So it's about trusting it always is for your highest and greatest alignment, even when it might be a little uncomfortable. We need to find the lesson in it and find the gift in it. So listen to this one as many times as you need to. You'll get different information from it when you're ready at different times. So have a beautiful week. Sending you love right to your heart. So much love from my light to yours. Namaste. Bye.